Hi guys, it's Chris here. I just want to go through a technique that you can use for placing your stop loss in a trending market. Um, so yeah, obviously, first of all, we all know about our ABCs and finding higher highs and higher lows and getting the trend, etc. And then, yeah, you'd obviously want to place your Fibonacci and go through all the things that you were taught on the course. But yeah, so basically, as and when you find a decent trade setup and you want to enter a trade, then you're obviously going to, one of the things you're going to need to know is where to put your stop loss. So if we look at this particular trade here, for example, we can call this A, and then call this B, and then we obviously would want to get in on the C. And once we've got our zones in place and we've got our two signals to trade, then you could perhaps look at entering a trade. So if you, for example, wanted to get into this trade at this particular candle, your entry point would be there. Now, one of the ways that you can determine a stop loss is to measure the point from A until your entry point. So you can do that. Just get rid of this Fibonacci quickly. Okay, so you can do that by getting your crosshair tool and measuring from point A through to the point where you enter the trade. So I've got here 128 pips. So that's the total distance. And what we do is we actually take 40% of that distance. So we take the number 128, get a little calculator. So you get your 128 pips, and then you can times that by 0.4. And that will give us 51 pips. So what we do is we, again, get our crosshair tool, and we measure down from our entry point until we get to 51 pips, and we place our stop loss there. So it's 40% of the distance between A and the entry points. So just double check it quickly. And there's about 51, so we'll just go up slightly. And yeah, the chances are that it's not going to retrace back up as much as 40% of where it's got to. And yeah, if you'd have been in that trade, you'd have got a nice 3.8%. So that's one way of doing a stop loss. I'll just go through another example. You can find a nice ABC. Okay, so here's one. You'd have your Fibonacci drawn there. Looks like a good turning point. So that is your A. This is your B. And obviously, you will have your zone set out, and you're going to be following the Forex varsity rules. But ultimately, you're going to want to enter in on the C. So say, for example, you chose to enter in on the close of this candle, which would be this point. Then you would want to measure from A until your entry point. So you get your little crosshair tool, and you measure from the top of A right down to your entry point, which is on this occasion 203 pips. Get your calculator. 203 times 0.4 equals 81. So we do our stop loss 81 pips above our entry points. We take our little crosshair tool and we go up 81. just a little bit above this high here. And that there would be our stop loss. And you can see here, I mean, even what happened is that it went down here, retraced back up, but it didn't get as far as our stop loss there. So again, it's just an example of how you could use that. I'll do one more example. Recent. That one. Okay, this was our A. This was our B. And this was our C. Okay, if, for example, we entered in, this works very well as a, even if you entered in on trades like late, for example, even if it was this candle that gave you the signal, then what you would do again is you would just get your crosshair tool from A right through to your entry points, which is 209 pips. Get your calculator, 209 times 0.4, it's 83.6, with 84 pips. And then you take your crosshair and you do your stop loss 84 pips above, which is about there. Yeah. Perfect. So yeah, it's just a little way that you can, you can see, most people would maybe put their stop loss up a little bit past it, but if you use that 40% rule, then it tends to work out quite nicely. It's like anything in trading, nothing is perfect, doesn't work 100% of the time, but it's quite a nice way to be able to place your stop loss. But if there's any questions, then pop onto the chat room, give me a call, drop me an email, come in and see me, and I'll explain it in more detail for you. Thanks.